What's up, Ginger Cornets? So this video, every Pokemon anime series ranked from worst to best. This was the first video of mine to really blow up. And let me tell you, this video is not worthy of 1 million views. I mean, would you take anything this guy said seriously? Of course not, you'd just be wondering why his hand looks like a mitten. But I'm back over a year later, here to give my updated take. First, let's lay out some ground rules. I'm not counting movies for this list. Each anime series will only be judged on episodes. Also, I won't be including Journeys since it is still airing, and I've already talked a ton about it on this channel. Oh, and I got like a zillion comments on the original list saying that I forgot Johto. I thought it was pretty well known that the Johto saga was considered part of the original series, but I guess I probably should have been more clear on that. Recently, however, Pokemon has been trying to separate the original series for the English release, claiming that Kanto and the Orange Islands are one series, and Johto, or Gold and Silver, is another. I find it strange to suddenly make one series into two, but whatever, we'll roll with it. So let's get into the list. Here's every Pokemon anime series ranked from worst to best. Again, but this time better. Oh, look at that, I'm putting Best Wishes at the bottom. How original, the series everyone hates. Okay, I know this series has its fans, and while I wouldn't really consider myself one, I think I have a softer spot for it than most do. This series has its charm, even if it's really not that good. I mean, the League was underwhelming, Ash's team wasn't super powerful, the realistic looking attacks made the animation feel stiff, and Ash's character was super botched. I know they wanted this to feel like a fresh start, but making a longtime protagonist super forgetful is not the way to do it. Everyone always points to Ash vs Elisa as, oh boy, that awful battle. I mean, they're right. However, contrary to popular belief, Best Wishes can't hurt you. The series is more like a benign tumor. Certainly not pleasant, but it's probably harmless. This may surprise some, but I've got a bone to pick with Gold and Silver. This latter half of the original series definitely had better animation quality and voice acting, but has one super glaring flaw. There is just so much filler. Ash's journey in Kanto took 80 total episodes, whereas Johto took nearly double that to effectively tell a story of the same length. At least future series would use their length to flesh out other characters and their goals, such as with contests or showcases. But so much of Ash's time in Johto was dedicated to just meeting characters who would never appear again. I did really like Ash and Gary's dynamic, however, with the two growing closer as friends as opposed to basically being enemies. In fact, Gary's maturing was handled really well, with him deciding to follow in his grandfather's footsteps. Why weren't we watching his journey? Sounds a lot more interesting than whoever the character of the week may be. The Advanced Generation. People often joke about how this is the forgettable series, and honestly, they're not wrong. I feel the main reason is that everything in Advanced Generation was done better in other series. Ash didn't have any real meaningful rivalries, contests were cool, but were undoubtedly done better in Diamond and Pearl, and I feel most people tend to prefer Bonnie as the fourth travel companion over Max. That's not to say Advanced Generation is bad by any means, far from it, but it really struggles to stand out from the crowd. The series' one big standout feature, however, is the Battle Frontier. This arc is fun, well-paced, and gave us some of the coolest battles up until this point. When I think of Advanced Generation, my mind always jumps to the Battle Frontier, but unfortunately, it makes up only around a quarter of the total series. And the rest of the series just kinda goes to that one part of the mind that no one remembers they have. The original series, or Indigo League, or Kanto and the Orange Islands, whatever you want to call it. Basically the first two seasons. Back when everything was fresh and new, this series really helped propel Pokemon into mainstream popularity. And I should know, I wasn't alive. But with that said, man, this show hasn't aged well. Don't get me wrong, I love the art style. It's a great reminder of the age of 90s anime and cell animation in general. But animation-wise, it sure was 90s anime alright. When you don't have the benefits of digital art or CG, mixed with a very limited budget, get ready for some dull battles. Luckily, the animation improved greatly over time, and there were some really fun and unique characters throughout the series. Plus, one gym leader who still pops up occasionally in my nightmares. Please don't turn me into a doll. Also, the Orange Island saga was much better than some people make it out to be. Sure, it didn't really need to exist, and Tracy is certainly no Brock, but the bonds Ash made with his Pokemon are really something special. And you know what else is something special? You, the viewer. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really helps me out more than you'd think. Is it working? This is how you convince people, right? Maybe? Okay, fine, I'll get back to the video. But first, let me make a quick PSA. Pokémon Sun and Moon is a really good series. Ah yes, the series I initially disliked for its simplistic art style and laid-back tone has now become the series I really like for its simplistic art style and laid-back tone. Now look, this series isn't for everyone, but everyone should at the very least give it a chance. The art style may seem off-putting at first, but the animation quality is at its peak here. The only reason the series isn't higher for me is that I honestly didn't care about a lot of the cast in the beginning. While they all grew on me, I felt the series introduced too many characters too quickly, and I would have preferred to have them gradually introduced throughout the first season. But while the first season is kind of slow and uneventful, the next two are some of the best in Pokemon history, especially the Alola League arc. It's the best league in the entire series. Feel free to play me in rock, paper, scissors if you disagree. We can do so down in the comments. Just type your choice and I'll respond with mine. Just some good old wholesome fun, you know? We have two series left, Diamond and Pearl and XY. Both of these series are often regarded as some of the best, and choosing my favorite was really difficult. Animation-wise, XY definitely has the edge. This was the series where the stock backgrounds were finally retired, and battles are a spectacle to watch thanks to the amazing CG used. While Dawn, Clement, and Serena are all well-written characters, I found Dawn's journey to be top coordinator the most interesting. And let's be honest, contests were much more fun to watch than showcases. Both of these series introduced some great rivals, and while Sawyer, Alon, and Miette were all great characters, Diamond and Pearl seemed to have more of a variety, as well as the fan-favorite Paul. However, XY had the 5-part Team Flare arc, which was probably the best villain arc in all of Pokemon. Certainly better than the in-game Team Flare, that's for sure. And let's not forget the one and only Ash Greninja. I know some people aren't a fan of this Pokemon, but I would always get excited whenever it would enter the screen. And for what it's worth, XY did have less filler than Diamond and Pearl, partially thanks to it being 3 seasons long as opposed to 4. So in the end, which series is my favorite? Yup, I've got to give the award to Diamond and Pearl. While both of these series have elements better than any other, Diamond and Pearl just feels more like Pokemon. XY has a bit of a shonen feel to it, Sun and Moon is more slice of lifey, and Journeys, well, is sort of a combination of the two. And I feel these changes were necessary. After Best Wishes, it was clear Pokemon couldn't just rely on the same formula. But that's honestly where Diamond and Pearl shines. This was the series that really perfected the formula, so much so that Best Wishes may have ended up suffering as a result. I know nostalgia may be a bit of a factor here, but I don't think it's the driving force behind this decision. I grew up with both Diamond and Pearl and Best Wishes, and back in the day, I probably would have said Best Wishes was better for its realistic looking battles and frankly prettier looking art style. But looking back on them now, I get so much more enjoyment from Diamond and Pearl thanks to its great characters, writing, and a feel of what a Pokemon anime should be. And while it's great to see the franchise continue to evolve, Ash's adventures throughout the Sinnoh region will likely always stick with me as the definitive Pokemon anime. But of course, this is all just my opinion. For all I know, Journeys could one day dethrone Diamond and Pearl for me. Definitely let me know which series is your favorite, or least favorite. I'd love to know. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.